Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be filming this video for you. It's an island tour of Kohaku, which is the first island I created when I got my first Switch Lite back in May. When I created the island, I then didn't touch any aspect of it since I finished designing it in about August. So I'm excited to tour it, and then I can start pulling it down to create a new theme. So comment below if you've got any ideas on what my new theme should be. As you can see from the flag, there's a slight theme of Spirited Away, but actually it's just the flag, island tune, and the fact that Haku is a river spirit, so I tried to put a lot of water into the island. There isn't a specific theme, as you'll see. I just kind of created what I wanted to from the items I found as I started the game, so I'm looking forward to starting a new theme. I'm also wearing this adorable custom design code by my friend Abbie. Her Instagram is Big Booty Island, and she made these amazing pumpkin designs, which I'll leave the code for in the description. So let's get into the video. So, starting off with my island entrance, as soon as I unlocked terraforming, I just created these two cliff areas on either side, with the waterfalls cascading down, and then I linked the two areas of water together, so that you had to kind of jump over this little ledge in order to get onto the island. I started with these hyacinths as well and just planted them all down this area, and I like that I put my first lily of the valley that I grew to the side as well. I also really like this destination signpost because it kind of points to general areas that I've got on the island, and I actually also made an Instagram post where I used Procreate to write the actual areas that it could lead to on Kohaku. So moving on to this area, this is a tiny little area that I didn't really know what to do with because I'd already done all the terraforming around it. It's just like a little reading nook, so I thought that would be cute to have a tiny library there, and obviously a pot of tea as well. And then quickly to show you guys this, as soon as I realised that there were mush lamps in the game, and a friend that I had made who lived in Australia gave me the DIY for it, I knew I just wanted to have this whole area with these mush lamps lighting the way, with a small little forest that obviously leads to resident services here. And then this bit is my cafe. So I wanted to have this little outside cafe with the actual cafe itself behind, so obviously it's a nice little area to have a coffee or something like that. Here is my partner Max's character. I didn't actually realise that they would be wearing the outfit, the last outfit that you had them in when you uploaded the dream. So he is in his diving outfit, which actually kind of goes because we're near the water anyway. So this is obviously a little area where you can get a takeaway drink, come and sit under the mush parasol or sit on the blanket, and then I've also got like a pizza oven here. And then I really like this archway, which obviously leads straight into the water because you can put your wetsuit on and then enter into the water from here. And I like the idea that you can go diving and then come straight here for something to eat and drink afterwards. So let's go into the cafe itself. So this is the cafe area I made. I really like that I've got the mannequins there to like greet you, and also just as you come in there's a person selling ice cream. I really like the frozen treat set that we get with all the winter DIYs, and I love the wallpaper as well. It's just a shame that it doesn't have any windows because it does look quite dark in here. And then obviously we've got the little cafe area with someone waiting to serve as well, with coffee and toast and cakes and things like that. And then I really love this little seating area. This is like my favourite colourway of the sofas. And then I didn't know what to do with my Reese and Cyrus photo, so I've just put it up there as well. So the first room I'd like to take you to is the kitchen. So I've tried to make this as realistic to a kitchen as possible, quite industrial, with like the utility sink and trash can and the exit sign and things like that. I've tried to just throw in as many kitchen related furniture that you might need in order to run a cafe. You can walk through this little bit here, but I didn't realise that you can't actually get through this area here, but obviously it still looks good. So this is quite obviously a bog standard bathroom. I tried to make it as simple as possible, but I really like these simple panels which separates the different stalls, and obviously you can see the toilets if you pan around. And I really like this colourway of the sinks as well. I think it looks really pretty. But this is like the outside courtyard area, so similar to the beach area out the front of the cafe. This is like another little place where you can come outside essentially and bring your coffee. I really wanted to use the stone and iron fence for the outside, but I didn't realise you can actually build fences inside, so obviously the log stakes will do. I just think it's really pretty and a really nice use of this autumnal wallpaper. And obviously I've got this gravel custom design with the blanket and a little mum cushion as well. So this is essentially just me trying to use up all of the furniture from the wedding event. I thought it might be nice to have some sort of like function room in the cafe, so that if there's more, a larger amount of people that needed to use the cafe, then obviously they can come and sit down here. And I've obviously just put the wedding outfits and a ring over there. So I think it does look really pretty, but it's kind of just almost storage for all my wedding stuff. And this is the last room in the attic. I've kind of made like an Airbnb, which I really enjoyed. Obviously it was a lot to try and buy all the different simple panels that I was using, but it's almost like trying to fit together a puzzle of different areas that you can still get into and walk around, but try to fit essentially a whole house into one room. So I've got the bed here with like a little trousers press. You can see through into the kitchen through there. Obviously you've got the bathroom here, like a little desk study area. There isn't really much of a kitchen, to be honest, but obviously because you've got the cafe downstairs, I don't think people need much more than cutlery and a microwave and a place to sit. And then I've just got some more beds. This is kind of like a children's room with the stereo and the plushie there. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this room turned out. I think it's a nice alternative to a visitor staying at the campsite, so they can come and stay in this Airbnb instead. Okay, so the next area will be round to the left. So I've got these little stepping stones here. This is another area I didn't really know what to do with, but I thought it made a nice simple flower garden. It's a bit of an awkward space with the river running by it, so I thought that might be a good use. And then I've got my residential area up here. I initially didn't know what to do with all of my villagers, whether I should put them in a residential area or spread them around, but I thought it might be nice to have different levels and have them all in like a similar area. As you can see in my map at the bottom right, they do still walk around to different areas of the island, so I was worried about that to start with, but I think it's really cute having them all together. But when I flatten this island, I might change it up a little bit for the next theme. So this is a flower garden, so I've done it in kind of like a rainbow pattern, and then obviously you've got the pink and white and other colours on this side. As well as it looking quite nice, it's actually really useful if I need to make like a flower wagon or a flower stand or something like that, because I've got all of the hybrids that I need. I kind of just need to pick one and then obviously water it and wait a couple of days and then I can get the next one and things like that, so it's quite useful. And then the flowers that I didn't really know what to do with, I've kind of put here just in case I need them. I've kind of tried to match them to the villagers' houses, so I think these orange ones go really nicely with Melba's house. And then coming down here, this is another area I wasn't too sure what to do, so I've just put my favourite surfboards, and then this little fish cooler. And then down here I've kind of done little random areas of decorating, so like a coastal theme and Gulliver's items, things like that. And then I've got a little seating area here, which is a little bit impractical because you can't get into it to sit on it, but obviously it still looks pretty. And then I've got my dock here, which I decorated just before we got the diving update, and then realised that it makes it difficult to jump off. But obviously when I don't know what to do with something to sit on, and some form of coffee obviously always works. Then up here I've just got this stool. I can't remember which song it is playing on this stereo, but it's a really nice chill vibe as you walk past this area with the cypress bathtub. Then I've got this little shower area after you've been in the sea if you want to wash off with the Cosmo shower, and a shower bed. And then this area here I thought was really cute. As the sun's setting, it's nice to sit here and look across the horizon, and I like the idea of the ship in a bottle as well, so maybe you can write a note to someone and throw it into the water to see where it lands, like the DIY bottles. And then this area that Coco is now walking past, oh no, she's walking away now. This is like a little yoga area, which I thought was really cute. So it's got the exercise ball, and then the humidifier and towels to lay on. I actually managed to get a photo with Melba on here. I was just walking past one day and she was laying on one of the towels, which I thought was so cute. So I quickly jumped on and snapped a photo before she walked away. And then, really pointless but really luxurious to have a bath on the beach. So walking around here, another seating area with a coffee cup. Obviously when I run out of ideas, that's what I go for. I never knew what to do with any of the mermaid things, so I've tried to incorporate it here on the beach, but I've basically just hidden it by a palm tree because it doesn't really match my theme that well, I don't think, but I've tried my best. And then here I've got a promenade. I really liked the idea of having a promenade like in La La Land, with all of the white street lamps, so I've made this in this little area here with the cherry blossom petals. And then right at the end, like you would have painters and things like that on a promenade, I've just got this little director's chair with the Starry Night painting there. And then up here we've got a gnome DJing with some stools and things like that, so me and my villagers can come and sit and listen to his DJ decks on the nights that KK Slider isn't here. And then this is another little awkward area that I didn't know what to do with, so I've just put these little lounge chairs, which I thought was quite a nice addition to the area. So now to continue with my residential area, I didn't really plan this out, which is why it doesn't look really symmetrical, which is obviously a little bit of a shame. So I tried to do it in pairs, and then I obviously ran out of room, so I then had to bring the inclines back down again and then have 4 houses at the back, which I think ends up looking okay. It's not that bad. I do have this cute little stargazing area, and this was actually where Maddie used to live, but when I had got all of her reactions, I then moved her out in exchange for Coco, but I still think it looks quite cute. And I've got Diana's house there, and then Zell. I've kind of tried to make everyone's areas just quite simple. I didn't really give myself much space to do much decorating with, and then obviously you can walk down this little path below to get to the residential area as well. So here I've got Marshall, and I've got like a little lawnmower here. I thought that would look quite cute with a monstera. And then Eric, I feel like everyone has this outside of Eric's house, this sleigh, but it's just so cute. And I think it goes with this theme quite well. And then just like a little water fountain there and a hay bale. And I've given everyone matching wreaths to put on their doors, which I might change up as the seasons change. And I've got maple here with like a little washing area, and then Molly as well here with just like a nice little log lounge and a book. And then I've also got my shopping district here, which obviously Dobie is now walking towards. So I've got the Able sisters here. And I've just decorated with like a decoy duck and things like that. I've got the loom here. I bought it and didn't really know what to do with it, so I've kind of just placed it here along with some mushroom items, which I also didn't know what to do with. But I think it ends up looking quite cute. And I really like this cobblestone path as well. And then we go down, oh sorry Dobie, down to this area. Obviously you can walk across this bridge and go back to the area that we were at before. And then we've got nooks here. And then that brings us back to this area here. I've kind of surrounded the residential services area with water, and just with these little walkways so that you can get to and from. But when I'm in a rush running from the airport back to my house, I usually just cut through the forest and jump over the little area here. Okay, so leaving the residential area and walking over here, I really like the idea of making my own bridge, because I can kind of just make it as long as I want, and it's nice that you can see the different areas, like the Zen area to the left, and then more of like a cottagecore sort of area to the right. And then going ahead, this is my Zen Garden, which I did really like to start with. I think it looks quite cute. It's a little bit impractical because there's not much area, and obviously my villagers can't actually access this area because it's across the way. And then I ran out of inclines to be able to link it to the area below, which is a shame. So I probably won't include a Zen area in my next island, because I feel like it just took up quite a bit of space, and it's a little bit impractical, but I'll see when I go to make my next area. I do really like this Zen wall that we've got here, which leads up to my secret beach. So I did really like using my inclines for the secret beach and to go up to my house. So I've kind of wasted a lot of inclines by doing that and the residential area. But here is my really simplistic secret beach. I've kind of put a briefcase there as if I'm going to be flitting off with Red next time he visits and going off with him, things like that. And then up here, I haven't really given myself much of an area for my house, but I have given myself a little jacuzzi and a little hammock in this bit here. We won't go into the house today. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but I have fully decorated all of the rooms inside and I'm really happy with them, so I'll save that for another video. Little stargazing bit here. We've got Eric here as well. Oh, and there's my character. Can't remember what I say. Hasta luego. That's cute, I forgot I typed that. I think I did that right when I first got the game. Okay, so here I really loved the idea of having a little cinema area as soon as I saw the custom code. So I created this. As soon as I made it and I'd taken my photo for Instagram, I actually realised I didn't really like it that much, so I did want to change this up, but I might as well just leave it and just change the whole island now that I've completed it all. So I've got a little blanket here, and then I've just put a nice little crescent moon chair on the rocks below. I haven't really utilised any of this down here because I've made this a different level to the rocks, so I think in my next build I think I'll change that up a little bit. I didn't leave myself a ladder to actually get up here, but this is a nice little stargazing area, and also you can run and jump off this into the water as well, which I quite like. So here was supposed to be my magnificent statue garden, but then Red just didn't show up, so it's just got one fake statue there. I've kind of made it into like a little garden area, which I thought was cute. I really wanted to utilise these little like hopping stones. I thought they were really cute to take you over to the next area. And the next area is my campground. So this is one of the first areas I created, and I really love it. I've got lots of overgrown weeds and flowers everywhere. I've tried to keep with the white theme, but obviously there's still a lot of variety. A nice little sitting area, and obviously something to cook some food on. And then round here I've got a little water supply and another little campfire here. I also used my third character, who is trapped on that little hill up there, because I really liked the idea of having a tent there even when I didn't have a villager staying at my campsite. And then I've got my lighthouse here, the stone, and also just behind here, this is a little memorial that I made for my granddad. I really like the idea of having the Nova lights. Just as it gets dark, it looks really pretty back there with the candles. And then coming down the stairs, I've got a Lavender Farm, which obviously a lot of people have on their islands, but I just think it's so beautiful. So I really enjoy running around this area with a windmill and a scarecrow in the background. This is probably one of my favourite beach areas that I created, which is why you could see it in the beginning. I just loved the simplicity of it, and then the little cute sandals that I've put there, and the fire pit and the candles. Apart from the fact that the water sometimes goes through the candles, but I'm sure that's fine. This area here, I really like this bridge, and I didn't really have many uses for bridges. I don't even think I've used all of 8 on this island, so I kind of created this little area, and then this basically like a little wood chopping area, which is good as well to have a DIY bench just randomly in the island. So if I'm closer to this one rather than one at resident services or the one at my house, obviously I can use that. I love these little leaf piles. I think they're one of my favourite items in the game, and I really like decorating with weeds and flowers that like haven't grown yet and things like that. So this area brings us to the marketplace, which is definitely one of my favourite areas of the island. I really like how narrow the pathway is. Obviously it's a little bit annoying if you've got a villager wandering around in there, but I've tried to shove as many things as possible in there, so you've got like something for food, fish, and obviously I've put the Gemini closet in the back there. It's just lots of little like odd areas. One of my favourite little mushroom custom designs here. And then as you can see in the left, we've got lots of fish that I've put there. Little sewing area. And I like the use of like little blankets and things like that to use up the space. And then that brings us into a little coffee shop, which I really like as well. I've got little places that you can sit and read a magazine or read a book, and look at the ocean. So then over here you kind of have to jump back on yourself to get back to the beach area here. I really love this area of the beach as well. It's just a nice little place to relax and sit on one of the cushions and make s'mores and things like that. And I really like using the log stakes here, kind of like a barrier to the water as well. Then this area here is kind of like railway tracks that you can put items that have like sold on the island, or it's like an import-export sort of area. So I've got all of these little, these are kind of just items that are waiting to be packaged up and shipped over to a different island. And then I've got the cardboard boxes, and then I use this because it's got wheels on it, and then obviously the flower wagon as well has wheels on it as well. So I like the idea that I grow lots of hybrids on my island, and then I put them all into this little barrel, and then someone will come and collect them and take them to a different island. Then up here I've got a little washing area. I really like this, I think it's really cute. It makes for a nice photo opportunity, especially with the sunset in the background. So back to this area, obviously this is one of the river mouths that I've got in my island, and I kind of wanted to make a straight pathway from there over to my museum. So I've got these little areas here. This is so difficult to jump on sometimes. Okay. So I've got this magnificent waterscaping, which I was really excited to do, which leads over to my museum. Obviously, if you go to the right, you go back over to the marketplace, and then over here is my museum, which I haven't really put much effort into decorating. I actually just left all of these extra art pieces outside to try and do something with them, maybe put them on the different levels, but I never ended up doing anything with them, so I've just kind of left them as is. And then this area leads to my diagonal bridge, which I really, really love, and then the moon up there, which I think is really pretty. And this area down here brings you to my rock garden, which I was so proud of when I worked out how to basically utilise it so that every time you hit a rock you put your back to these bushes, and so it makes sure that you never get too far away from the rock to stop getting all of the materials from it. So you've got one there, one here, and one here, and then obviously you can see that all the other items that I've put there, like this garden rock, is not in the way of getting any materials, so it's been really good and handy for me to be able to get all of the materials that I need. So it's a really practical use for a rock garden. I guess it's kind of like a statue garden as well. And then this area here is kind of like a little smoothie or ice bar. I actually made this custom design code myself and didn't realise that I was writing it over the design for these stools, but I just left it because I think it actually looks quite cute. And then two little seating areas here. And then another beach area I really like, really luxurious, to use these little lounges. And I really like this design of the shell stool as well. And then this area, the rest of this beach area, I kind of just did a little bit randomly because I wanted to try and complete my island, but I do like the way it's turned out. I like this little painting area that you can paint something while looking at the ocean. And I've obviously got these little stepping stones so that you can lay down here and fall asleep under the stars. I've got a little piano here, and then I've kind of just plopped some random items that I thought were pretty over here as well. And then this little area, I've got a harp here which I thought was quite cute, leads to the outdoor library. I absolutely love the fake David statue because obviously he's holding a book, and I like that you can't really see anything rude in this view as well, so it's a good angle to have the statue at. So I really like this. It's just like a little study area. You can obviously stay warm with this little fireplace here. I really love the mum's pen box. I think it's probably my favourite item that she gives. And then obviously you've got like a little laptop on a mush stool there. I'll go back this way. Then I've got a tiny playground here. For some reason I really felt like I needed a playground even though it's really tiny, but I didn't really know what to do with this little bit of space here. I really liked carrying on the waterfalls from my entrance and making this little pond, I guess I could have done a seating area, but I've got quite a lot of those on my island, so I thought it might be nice to use up some of the playground items that I had in my inventory. And I really like that this slide basically puts you straight into the pool as well, so I think that's quite a nice little touch. And then this area was always empty, and I thought it'd be a great idea to keep changing it up and getting rid of all of the items and then trying again and picking something else like a laundry area or a school or something like that. And the first thing I decided to do was a post office, and I just never changed it and never put anything else there, so it's staying now. I really like having a separate area to have mailboxes and things like that. And I also like that you've got like a little letter writing area here, and I really like this custom design code, as if all of the different villages have their own little like deposit box there. And this way kind of leads to loads of little different pathways. Obviously you can see where it leads back to places like resident services. This area around here, I've just got a piano, which I thought was quite cute. My islanders do like to sit on this little stool and fall asleep sometimes, which is just really cute. So whenever I see one of them doing that, I make sure I take a photo. This area leads us back over to the woodwork sort of area. So I've tried to make it so that all the different areas are accessible. And then to go with the theme of Spirited Away, I kind of made this train track with these little cans here. I think it looks really cute, yeah, and it does remind me, having the railway with the water either side obviously reminds me of the scene in Spirited Away. So I'll quickly run down to this area first. So one of the first areas that I created on my island was the orchard. Obviously I really liked the idea of collecting all the different fruits and being able to sell the non-native ones to try and make money, because I thought at that time that was the most money that I'd be able to make before I realised that there were turnips. And obviously I've got all the different little boxes here, which I think are really sweet. So I've kind of just utilised them, but obviously it's a massive area to use, so I think in my next theme I'm going to try and incorporate them somehow, but maybe not in such a big area. I think it might be nice to have smaller little areas that I can get these fruit from. Then up here I've got a little outside greenhouse, which I think is quite cute. And then this is the area that I was talking about at the beginning with all the waterways, so I kind of just did a bit of random hacking into the ground, trying to make it look pretty with different decorations. I've had to put this custom path all the way along this because the amount of flowers I had, they just kept growing onto the path, and I couldn't get them to stop without putting a custom code down. But I think they look really pretty. And I've got another little art area here, and obviously this leads through so that you can actually access this statue garden here. And then working your way up, I've got a little apiary here, which I think is quite cute. And then if you jump over the train tracks, it leads you to this cute little stargazing sort of area, or cloud watching, and I think that's really cute. To grab a friend, lay on the blankets together and have a nap. Then I've got this little farm area behind there, which is obviously overgrown, which I think is quite cute as well. And then you've got a good view of this area here, which I've kind of just put a few random pieces of decoration, like a chess set, a table, and obviously I ran out of inclines, so this kind of doesn't lead to anywhere, but this is another just random bridge. I wanted to use up some more of my bridges, so I've put this here, which I think is quite cute. And obviously you can see there the Zen Garden over there. So this area is quite random, to be honest, but I think it looks really pretty. So So that is the end of my island tour video. Thank you for sticking around. I think it's turning out to be quite a long one. I've obviously got a lot to talk about in terms of my island, but thank you very much for watching. My next video will either be a different island tour or maybe looking around the interior of my house. If you've got any ideas of videos that you'd like me to film, or if you'd like me to come to your island and do an island tour, just leave a comment below or send me a message on Instagram, which is kohaku_crossing. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next video.